Today we're going to show you guys how you can disassemble, just do a simple field strip of your P365 series handguns from Sig Sauer, as well as just some very simple cleaning and routine maintenance. To start, we're going to want to field strip this guy. We can drop our magazine, set that aside. Then we're going to want to lock our slide open, rack the slide to the rear, push up on our slide lock lever. The gun's unloaded. We can flip this bar down, our takedown lever bar down. Then you can let the slide go forward. With the P365, you do not need to pull the trigger to disassemble it, so we can just slowly slide this off. You can set that aside for the moment. And that is your basic field strip. You don't need fancy tools or anything special just to do a basic field strip. So if you're having issues at the range, something you need to troubleshoot, this is just your basic field strip of the Sig Sauer P365 series handguns. This will be the same for your base P365, like this handgun, for the X Macro, the P365 XL, SAS, all the variants that Sig Sauer makes, they're going to field strip the exact same. So now that we have this in some basic pieces, we can also look at our slide assembly here. You have your recoil spring. You can compress that just a 1/4 inch. Take the recoil spring set aside. You also have your barrel here. We can just pluck and lift that out. So now with that, we have just our very basic components of our handgun. So now that you have this disassembled and field stripped into these few components, the thing that we want to do is just look for wear areas or areas that are dirty. A really easy thing that you can do is if you have a bore snake, a rope, or just a cleaning rod and a brush like this, we can push this through the bore, push that all the way through, just so it sticks out a little bit, to help clean it. Just push back and forth, back and forth. You don't need to do it a lot, but that little bit, you can see there, is going to just make the barrel shine. So just that little bit is going to get carbon and debris out of the barrel. Then looking at your slide, this isn't aggressively dirty right now. If it was, something that you can do is just simply take a rag like this and try and wipe carbon out of here. You're just scrubbing, wiping. This isn't something that you need power tools for, although if you want to use some, have at it. So after you just wiped out your slide, that's pretty dang clean already. That will make sure that your gun's going to function reliably. You can set our rag aside. Then just looking at your frame, it's a similar situation. You just want to look for a buildup of grime, dirt, carbon. If it's obviously visible, then it's something we want to clean. This gun again is pretty clean, but we have like a little bit of excess of oil or grease here, probably from the factory. That's something we can just wipe clean. So now that we just have everything visually clean, we just want to go through, reassemble our pistol, and function test it. If you want to do more aggressive cleaning, then that'd be beyond a field strip. Today we just want to go through this field strip, this simple disassembly, and do a little bit of cleaning. So to reassemble everything, you're going to drop that barrel back into the slide. That simply drops in, and then you want to make sure the barrel actually falls all the way into place. It just clicked in there. Next you have your recoil spring. This end is going to go towards the muzzle. We put that into that pocket, but now it's still not all the way in. We want to just compress the spring, just that little 1/8 inch, and now it's caught. It's sitting on that ledge, that shelf, it's retained, it's not going to fall out. Next, we're just going to slide the slide onto the rails of the frame here. So we can put this together. It's just sliding along. Meets a little bit of resistance here, so we're just going to push through. Now here we're going to rack the slide to the rear, push our slide lock up. We can put our takedown lever in a horizontal position, release our slide forward, and insert our magazine back in. And with that, you've done a basic, very simple field strip of your P365 series of handguns. You've cleaned it, and you are ready for another range session.